Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about food in Mongolia. Just exploring traditional meals and cultures surrounding Mongolian food, Mongolian cuisine. I chose Mongolian food because I like food, and I'm pretty sure everyone loves food. And I was really looking forward to trying new things, going to Mongolia, trying different meals. And so I just wanted to research what were the meals, how has things changed over time with the Mongolian diet from then to now, and what influences a lot of the culture surrounding the food. So first, I just want to start by saying that Mongolian food is widely influenced by Russia and China and other parts of the world too, but a lot of the influence of what they eat is from the surrounding countries, of course. And like I was talking to Professor Atwood yesterday, there are a lot of other cuisines in Mongolia. Like there's Indian cuisines, there's even Mexican cuisines that are being implemented into these cities and spaces that are new, but also they're adding their own, flavor to these kinds of meals. So, what does the modern diet consist of? The Mongolians usually eat meat and dairy products, like and some grains, but the staples of their meals are meat and dairy products. The meat is considered red foods, of course, and the dairy products are white foods. A typical meal really consists of mutton, soup, and dumplings. And without these staples in the meal, it's considered incomplete. So this is a picture of mutton right here, and yeah, Mongolians really don't eat vegetables and fruit as we would think that they do, but they make use of what they do have, and it's a lot of meat consumption and dairy products from the animals they herd. Um, Meat consumption in Mongolia is actually a daily, like they consume a lot of meat in a day. But think about the amount of people in Mongolia to animals. It's about 12 to 1, so 12 being the animals. So there is a lot of room to consume the meat and not have, a scarcity in animals to herd and to do all these things for you. Some of the animals include sheep, camel, cattle, horse, goat. They don't eat fish, and I learned they don't eat fish because it's a Tibetan tradition from a long time ago that like fish. There are three reasons really. First, that they don't know what fish eat. They have this idea that anything can come in the ocean and they could consume it, and that's not healthy for them, or they will be eating something else. The second one is that um, fish they live in the water. They're aquatic animals and they're just off limits because the water is sacred. And three is that fish don't have tongues, and so fish cannot gossip. And so Tibetans they like despise gossiping. They don't like it in any form or fashion. And so being without a tongue keeps them from gossiping. And so to reward that, they will not, bother the fish or not eat the fish. Okay. And in this slide, I just wanted to kind of like go over how you would be invited into someone's home to, be their guest and to chat with them, dine with them, or whatever. And this is what you would experience basically. So when you're invited into someone's gear, you'll be offered some form of milk tea, a plate with some cheese and crackers. And what you'll do is accept this offer with your right hand. Now, when you accept the offer, you should be cognizant that, like, if you don't immediately, take a bite or take a sip of the tea, it's considered rude. So you should, indulge in what you have been given. Sip a little, eat a little cheese and crackers, and that's fine. Now, if you are scarfing the food, don't scarf the food. Take your time, eat the food, and if you would like more, it's a signal that you want more if you eat everything on your plate. So if you don't want more, Don't eat everything. Leave a little bit left on the plate so that they know like you're satisfied with your meal. And here are just some common Mongolian dishes. There's five listed here, but there are many more. I saw a lot of different meals, but I just chose these because I think they're the most prominent in Mongolian culture. So the first one is booze. It's Mongolian dumplings. Second is kork hog, which is Mongolian barbecue. Third is budog. That's like a traditional roast. And bortsog is Mongolian cookies. And gambir is another like very sweet dessert that's like made like crepes. It kind of looks like crepes, but it's different, a little bit different than crepes. So booze is just flour, dough filled with beef or lamb and cooked with onions, garlic, and pepper. And like I said before, they don't really in traditional Mongolian culture, like before now in modern times, there were not many Mongolians eating a lot of vegetables. So this kind of developed over time, as you know, dietary restrictions and staples really changed culture and health wise. They taste like dumplings, but they're a little bit spicier than dumplings, and they're just a more intense flavor. Cork hog is better known as Mongolian barbecue. Now, this is a very big to do in Mongolia. I'm not sure why, but it was actually adopted through Chinese culture. But it's just basically lamb cooked inside a pot over carrots, onions, and potatoes. It just has a very rich flavor. The meat complements the vegetables very well, and a lot of people love this dish in Mongolia. Bulldog is like a roast, different kind of roast than I would think. I was thinking like pot roast, but they really actually roast the entire goat, and they fill it with hot stones, onions, and potatoes, and you just let that sit and let it roast for a long time, and so the outside skin becomes like crispy, and then the inside is all cooked well and done, and it's just a big meal for everyone. Um, Bortsog is just Mongolian cookies. They have original Mongolian butter cookies, but these are a little bit sweeter. They have more honey and more butter. I would assume this is for like, more festive event for family, maybe a birthday, maybe someone is, has achieved something and that's more like a delicacy. And the last dish is just gambir. It's another dessert. It's just this dough filled with butter and sugar, and you kind of cook it like a pancake, so it's not as thin as a crepe. And then it's served with jelly or jam. In this picture, you see it's served with bananas and chocolate. So I think it's more to to your liking. You add what you want to add to it, and that's it. That's it for my presentation. Um, If you have any questions about the research I'm doing about the food in Mongolia, how it's changed over time, the diets, and how it affects the Mongolian people, please reach out to me. And thank you. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.